ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamezillong Countdown. I am Tank, and guess what? We're going to be putting in my top 10 favorite Power Rangers teams. Let's get to them.
Number 10.
I know I'm going to get a little bit of flack by putting this team at number 10 in this countdown. But here we go. Let's talk about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It starts off with two astronauts on the moon, and they find a space dumpster. And they open the dumpster by touching a crystal and releasing the evil, demonic Rita Repulsa with Goldar, Squat, Babu, and the Monster Creator. So Zordon and his android partner asked Alpha 5 to ask for 5 Rangers with attitude. So we get Jason Lee Scott, Zach Taylor, Billy Cranston, Trini Kwan, and Kimberly Ann Hart. But later in the series, we get introduced to Tommy Oliver, who is the evil ranger of the group. Dun dun dun. But then Jason defeats him in combat, and he becomes a good guy. So, Jason Lee Scott is the Red Ranger. Zach Taylor is the Black Ranger. Billy Cranston is the Blue Ranger. Trini Kwan is the Yellow Ranger. And Kimberly Hart is the Pink Ranger. And Tommy Oliver is the Green Ranger. Their weaponry is Jason Lee Scott has a sword and a laser pistol that can turn into a gun. And Zach Taylor has a battle axe and a laser pistol that can turn into a knife. And Billy Cranston has a bow staff with spikes on it and also a pistol that shoots a laser. Trini Kwan has some size that she uses and also a laser pistol. Kimberly Ann Hart has a bow and arrow. And Tommy Oliver has the dragon dagger and a laser pistol. Alright. Jason Lee Scott has the Tyrannosaurus. And Zach Taylor has the Mastodon Zord. Billy Cranston has the Triceratops Zord. And Trini Kwan has the Saber-Tooth Tiger. And Kimberly Hart has the Pterodactyl. And Tommy Oliver has the Dragon Zord. They combine all the Zords together there to make the Megazord. But they can also combine all the other Zords to the Dragon Zord to make Dragon Zord Battle Mode. And that's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you guys.
Number 9.
From the Turbo team being defeated by the enemy, they go into space, and Carlos, TJ, Ashley, and Cassie end up meeting a Space Ranger named Andros, who is a Red Power Ranger that is in space. Carlos becomes the Black Ranger, TJ becomes the Blue Ranger, Ashley becomes the Red Ranger, and Cassie becomes the Pink Ranger. And later in the series, we get introduced to the Silver Ranger, Zans.
Number 8.
Lightspeed Rescue is slightly different compared to the other series, because there is no Zordon character, but there is Captain Mitchell. Captain Mitchell does his research on each person he wants to be a ranger, due to their kind actions or their heroic actions with their jobs. Like Carter Garrison, the Red Ranger, a firefighter. Chad Lee, the Blue Ranger, a lifeguard. Joe Rollins is a pilot, the Green Ranger. Kelsey Williams is an adventurer, and Donna Mitchell is a paramedic. Then Ryan Mitchell shows up later in the series, the Titanium Ranger, and he really doesn't have a job. Number 7. Alright, let's talk about the Lost Galaxy Rangers. Let's talk about Galaxy Red. Leo Corbin. Leo is your usual strong, brave leader, but he has his one weakness, knowing his brother pulled the saber out instead of him, and knowing he is not the true Red Ranger in his mind. Let's talk about Galaxy Blue. Kale Chang. He has to go straight by the book. Straight by the book. You gotta do this rule, this rule, and that rule. That's Kale. Let's talk about Galaxy Green. Dominic Henderson. He's the ship mechanic, and he can fix the Zords up a little bit. Let's talk about Galaxy Yellow. Maya. Maya is your kind-hearted, sweet soul of a human being from a different world. She can sense that animals are in danger. She can sense that people are in danger. She's kind of a slight telepath. Let's talk about Galaxy Pink. Kendrix Morgan. Kendrix Morgan is your regular scientist, nerdy type. She works on scientific things and the weaponry for the Rangers. But the sad thing about this character is she passes away in the series to make it an iconic moment because one of a Ranger dies.
Number 6.
Wild Force Rangers. Let's talk about the Wild Force Red. Cole Evans. Where he's trying to find his parents, but he really enjoys life itself. The Yellow Wild Force Ranger, Taylor Earhart, is the spunky, self-proclaimed leader of the team that likes a lot of stuff. Wild Force Blue.
Max Cooper. He's the youngest and the most eager Ranger of the group.
But he likes to get into spunky situations. Wild Force Black. Danny Delgado is the kind of the nerdy looking one, but surprisingly he is the heavy of their team. Wild Force White. Alyssa Earnhardt. She is just the bubbly cute one.
Number 5.
The Time Force Rangers. Time Force Red. Wes Collins. He is the nicest person in the city. He's very kind to people he doesn't know. He's kind to the homeless, even though that his parents are rich. But his wealth doesn't get to his head. Time Force Blue. Lucas Kendall is your everyday playboy. He is the biggest flirt to all the girls and likes to drive fast cars. Time Force Yellow. Kate Walker. She is the best friend of Jen Scott, and she has superhuman strength, is very kind to everyone else. Time Force Green. Trip is the alien or possibly mutant character of the series. He uses his telekinesis type powers to help the Rangers out with his head crystal. Then there's the Quantum Ranger, made by the city, played by Eric Myers, the best friend of Wes. Him and Wes fight from time to time, and then they get along. Now there's time for Pink, the leader of the team, Jen Scott, who is chasing Rancic back to the year 2000 to stop him from taking over. But Jen Scott also falls in love with Wes later in the series.
Number 4.
Power Rangers Ninja Storm Rangers. The Red Wind Ranger is Shane Clark. His hobbies are motocross, rollerblading, and skateboarding. Tori Hansen, the Blue Wind Ranger, likes to go surfing, riding bicycle, and motocross. Yellow Wind Ranger, Dustin Brooks. His hobbies are motocross and pretty much the same thing as the other two. The Cinnamon Thunder Ranger, Hunter Bradley, is mostly motocross. The Navy Thunder Ranger, Blake Bradley, is motocross also, and other things. The Green Samurai Ranger, Cameron, last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, is pretty much the scientific person of the team. He works on the Zords, he works on their weaponry.
Number 3.
Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Red Dino Ranger is Connor McKnight. He is a sports star, he's good at soccer, football, lacrosse. He can also have his hands turn into like fire fists and able to fight off enemies before he's even morphed. The Blue Dino Ranger, Ethan James, is the tech nerd, or he likes online video games, and he is the one that helps get through everything else, like tech-wise. His ability is that his skin can get really, really hard and stop close range attacks. The Yellow Dino Ranger, Kira Ford, is a musician. She's a singer. And her abilities are that she uses her voice for a pterodactyl screech. Now the Black Dino Ranger, the legendary Tommy Oliver, the teacher of the three others, and the one that can bind the team together. Tommy's ability is to turn invisible. The White Dino Ranger, Trent, and last name I cannot pronounce. An ability I can't really remember either. But he started off as an evil ranger until the Rangers defeated him and he became a good ranger.
Number 2.
Power Rangers SPD. Red SPD Ranger is Jack Lawrence, who's your lazy kind of bum type character that doesn't really want the responsibility of being a ranger. But when he finds out that his best friend Z is in trouble, he gets his butt into gear. SPD Blue, Sky. He is just your straight to the books, rules have to be perfectly perfect, and he's one of the more stricter people of the team, and he wants everything to be perfect. SPD Green, Bridget Carson. He is kind of the goofball of the team, and he just likes to think about things and get ideas by standing on his head. SPD Yellow Ranger, Z, is probably the most athletic of the group and most talented in fighting styles. SPD Pink Ranger, Sid Drew. She is the bubbly, kind of dumb one, but she is very smart in her own ways. Now, SPD Shadow Ranger, Doggy Kruger, is just the head of the entire group and beats up a lot of villains. SPD Orange Ranger, Sam, who's a time traveler. And then there's SPD Cat Ranger. Cat is the creation of the Zords and the weaponry. And she's very smart, and she and Doggy Krieger just get into pissing matches all the time. Just because they're probably cats and dogs. SPD Nova Ranger. Nova. He's just a guy.
Number 1.
Power Rangers Zeo. Zeo Ranger Red is Tommy Oliver, a martial artist and leader of the team. Zeo Ranger Green, Adam Parks, is a martial artist that likes to help people out. Zeo Ranger Blue, Rocky Del Santino, is a martial artist and very good guy. Zeo Ranger Yellow, Tanya, is just your happy-go-lucky person. and that likes to help. Zeo Ranger Pink. Cat is a good person and she wants to help out the Rangers, but she still has that doubt feeling because she was once a villain to Rita Repulsa. The Gold Ranger, Jason Lee Scott. And honestly, who else could they find for this role? Who?
That's my top 10 favorite Power Rangers teams. What are yours down in the comments below? I just think they're all interesting. So, till next time everyone, I've been Tank. Peace out!